Well, it's almost 9 o'clock at night because it's so hot outside you can't do nothing till nighttime. I'm going to be putting a coolant temp sensor in this today. This is the Mustang. It's on a Ford Taurus. It's a pretty cool project. If you ain't seen it, I got 4 videos on this, you know, putting the body off of this, fixing it, putting it back down on it. Tons of content. Just check out the Mustang playlist. With that being said, let's jump into putting a coolant temp sensor on this, because the one on it is throwing a code. I know it screams horsepower, but it just got 100 and some thousand miles on it, very low mileage, and I done got the battery disconnected. Most of the times when you're messing with electronics, disconnect your battery. I done had this connector off. They a couple different plug-ins here. Mine's the screw-in type. They got a twist in and a screw-in. This being an 01 door overhead valve. Like the V6, it's got the screw-in one. The newer ones has just got a twist. I like this side anyway. This just unclips. It's got a little tab here that just mash down and you pull out. A little hard to get to. You want the engine cool, of course, when you do this, and you are going to lose some coolant. The faster you are, you know, the less you lose. So put you a catch pan down there. Now, if you don't want to lose any, you can drain it, but there's still going to be a little in the engine. Now, the temp sensor I got is a CarQuest brand, and this is the part number. And it looks like this. Quick tip is always unplug this first. Then make sure it fits your plug. Sometimes these don't fit, and if you look, mine kind of fits but kind of don't. You see this tab here? It's usable, but it don't supposed to fit in like that. Make sure everything good. Make sure your tabs in here is good. See? It's off just a little. Now I could just sand that off if it works, but it plugs in, it's tight. I don't think it give me any issues. These are pretty much the same. I don't know why the connectors are different, but they are. Go figure. I will get the one that's odd. Now I'm going to take a 3/4 ratchet wrench, righty tighty, lefty loosey. I'm going to put it down here over this. Give me a minute. Can you hold the camera? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay. Let's try to get this in place. Hopefully I got that going right. Probably don't. I don't. It's like a USB drive. You always put it in the wrong way the first time. Now, the symptoms I was having is a little bit of a flooding issue. My temp gauge was working. Now I did change this sensor. We think it was already unplugged with another brand sensor. It was $12, and it didn't. My temperature hand didn't even work, so it was just junk. I also cleaned the corrosion that was off this. It was pretty corroded. So that's fluid. Going straight into a catch pan. Try to get this in so I don't lose a lot of it. So when I said do this when your engine is cold, because you do this when it's hot, it's gonna burn your finger up. Make sure it don't cross the thread. It should go in easy. I said that. There just ain't much room for you to do anything here. Huh. Now these temp sensors are pretty much the same for the 4.6 Fords and a lot of others, just a different connector. A 3/4 too, in case you're wondering what size. And this one come factory with thread seal on it. Some of them don't take thread seal, some of them do. I like putting a little on them, but you don't want to put too much and it can't make a plop of ground, and you have grounding issues. You'll figure out. Finally got tight enough, it's snugged up enough I can do this. I might can go a half another rotation. I don't know, getting pretty tight. Don't want to over tighten this. But you want it tight enough it's not going to leak. So once it tightens up super snug, you know you went too far. I just want to be able to get that connector easier in case it don't work. That's as tight as I'm going. I go a little bit more if I wanted to, but it's got that thread locker on it. Yeah. So this is the old sensor. You can see it's got a different tab on it, and it's got a different end looking here. I did take this out, cleaned it up. It did help it. It was corroded pretty bad. Let's plug it in, and hopefully everything works good. If I can get everything here plugged in again. Okay, it's plugged in. Now we're going to start this and try it. Battery is connected, and the mass airflow is bad on this because you can see what they done here. Need a factory air box for this, but I got it tilted enough where I think it's fixed the issue for now. Band-aided it, however you want to call it. Get inside here, you can check out the interior on this. Looks pretty cool on it. I didn't do the spray foam, somebody else did. I've been removing the spray foam. But yeah, we have issues. Spray foam on them. Starts right up. And we want to watch that coolant temp come up and the fans will kick on. I'm about out of gas. Hopefully I got enough. Project cards for you. It's loud. They stopped up the cats, so I need to address that. Fans are off or are they on? Already on. Fans shouldn't be on right now. I don't get why they're on. On that mass airflow was it just can't get a good weighting. It's just messed up. I don't remember if the other temp sensor worked like that. I know AC ain't on. Fan ain't on. Off. The fan should be on at all. The other temp sensor the fans don't come on with. Don't tell me I got two bad temp sensors. Don't forget your thermostat does got the open, and you do need to add more coolant that you caught underneath. You can filter it out or just add new. Top everything back off and bleed the system around. Owner's manual and other videos on that. This is more just changing the coolant sensor and troubleshooting my car. Because this fan shouldn't be running all the time unless that's a bad coolant system. Well, it's night time. The car's still flooding itself out. I got the old sensor back in. the temp hand is working and everything seems normal again with that temp sensor, and the code not actually showing back up since I erased it from the computer. Now I definitely know this is an issue, but I think I got something going on with the fuse box here. These pretty loose, and to be honest about it, we've been having some issues when you tap these fuses. I didn't have the camera on it. When you tap these fuses, they've been losing connection, and you can see down there some of them ain't they tight, but I don't know. Could this be the issue? Could we have a bunch of bad relays? I don't know. Or is the fuse box itself bad? I don't want to say the fuse box bad, but lightly tapping a relay shouldn't cause it to kick like this. Man, projects, they fun, ain't it, when you get one that ain't running. So the coolant temp sensor, I'm done with it. I ain't gonna mess with it anymore. I'm gonna move to the mass airflow, get original air box and stuff for it. And then I'm gonna put on the original fenders and stuff for this car. Make them work. So I'm gonna let it cool down now. And hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you ever dealt with this issue on a 3.0 like this. It gets hot and stalls out. Mess with the mass airflow, seems to run better. So I think that's an issue. When you tap your fuses though, it stalls out too, floods out. Temperamental, I guess. See you next time.